that I said anything about having a baby.
You're the one who would have to go through with the procedure.
Yeah, I know. I just don't see the point of putting both of us through that kind of pressure.
I don't want you to regret anything. Okay? I don't want you to feel what I'm feeling right now.
If we decide to have a baby, and that is a big if, our lives are going to change forever, Jason. Are we ready for that? We have a good life. And we've worked really hard to get here.
I know. Do you want to have the procedure? Because I don't want you not to do anything because of the way we live.
Okay, and I don't want to feel like I'm pressuring you.
Jason, you home?
I got your message.
So,
Oh, do you want to talk to me about Sam? Are you gonna take my advice? Are you guys gonna have a baby? No child can replace Jake. I know that, and I know you're always gonna love him and you're always gonna miss him, but baby would make you happy, and you would be so busy and sleep deprived you wouldn't have time to grieve.
Jason and I have a lot to talk about.
I know I'm overstepping. I just want you both to have the happiness that I know a baby can bring you.
Thank you, Carly. We appreciate that.
I have to go. I actually have a doctor's appointment. No, the concussion, it's just a checkup. I'll see you later, okay?
You can't fix this for me, Carly.
I can try.
It'll help, if you focus on Jocelyn. And that'll make me feel a lot better, too, because I know that you're grateful, and just have fun with her.
I can't wait for the doctor to let me bring her home,
You spent all the nights at the hospital, haven't you?
Of course. Sam would do that too, She wants a baby, whether she's admitting it or not.
Do you really think that? Are you just convincing me of what you think is right for me?
You deserve a child more than anyone I know.
You're not exactly objective.
I know you. And I know your heart. And I want you to let yourself be happy. And I want you to give yourself the one thing that I know can do that.
Patrick?
Sam.
Hey.
Sam,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I totally forgot about our appointment. Were you just waiting in my office?
Yeah, I was. The receptionist said I might find you out here.
I apologize. I've been behind all day.
It's okay, but it's not like you to miss your appointments. What's going on?
Compared to what you and Jason are dealing with, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
What about compared to what you're dealing with?
I don't think I should talk to you about this.
Really? You can talk to me about anything.
Okay. Robin and I are in couples counseling, and we had our first meeting, and I feel like I'm drowning.
Okay, well, I don't like counselors either, if that's any consolation.
It's not really that. It's just, Robin was so good. She was concise. She was focused. She got right to the point.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I wouldn't be having to go through this if I had honored my wedding vows. If I hadn't cheated on Robin.
Look, for what it's worth, I see a lot of cheating spouses in my line of work, and some broken marriages can be repaired if both partners want it badly.
To talk to you about Michael. Johnny Zakara. He loaned Abby some money, and now he's giving Michael advice on how to handle a murder investigation.
Michael shouldn't even be talking to Johnny Zakara.
I understand that, but Michael disagrees.
Well, what does Johnny want?
I think he's recruiting Michael.
Recruiting? As in, going to work for Johnny Zakara?
Michael knows that he cannot work for Sonny, so working for Johnny is his way into this business.
Not as long as I'm breathing.
Scans are excellent. Test results came back great. I'd like you back in about 6 months for follow-up. Other than that, everything is fine, unless, of course, your headaches continue. Then
No.
want you
My
back earlier.
headaches have actually been going away, but I did have one little question for you.
Okay, shoot.
All right. Jason and I were just considering our options of possibly having a baby one day, and Dr. Lee mentioned this fertility reconstruction thing, and I was just wondering if that would affect the concussion or anything
Not at all.
No.
No, it won't affect it whatsoever.
Great. It's good to know. Thank you.
Sam.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I hope it works out with you and Jason. Emma's the best thing that's ever happened to me and Robin.
Carly, you can't take a hard line with Michael on this, working with Johnny, okay? He's just gonna dig in deeper.
We can't let this happen. If Michael goes and works for the Zakaras, he won't live long enough to go back to
I'm gonna do
Penville.
everything I can to protect him, but Michael's old enough to make his own decisions now.
I'm so sick of hearing that, Jason. I'm not gonna stand by and watch the Zakaras steal my kid.
What, like Sonny stole me? If we give him some room, he might realize that he has some options, or you know what, he might not.
We have to make him understand how wrong
It's
this
not
is.
like I haven't talked to him 100 times about this.
Fine, I'll talk to him because Michael listens to me when it's
Okay,
important.
just don't fight with him. Don't fight, it's gonna push him away. Don't give him a reason to cut ties with you like I did with Alan and Monica. He needs to know he can come back to you at any time. I want to make sure that he wasn't killed by somebody from his past that the cops have overlooked. Okay, thanks. Hey, again, I want to say I'm sorry, you know, the whole Carly thing.
Oh, please. I actually must be mellowing out a little bit because I thought it was really nice to see her so concerned.
Well, I have her focused on something else. I told her that Johnny Zakara is reaching out to Michael, so.
Oh, what'd she say?
She didn't take it too well.
Well, you know, I always say that Michael's a lot like you, but I think he's a lot like his mother, too. I don't think he's gonna take no for an answer any more than Carly will.
You know, I love Carly, but, she doesn't know when to leave a thing alone. What happens to you and me? It's gonna be something that we decide. Sam, I just want you to be honest with me. You know, you don't have to say what you think I want to hear. I want you to say how you feel.
How I feel. I didn't want to have the procedure because I knew you were conflicted about having a child.
It can't be up to me to choose for you. I'll tell you, the idea of being a parent, I mean, it scares me. But losing Jake taught me that fear is the wrong reason to make a decision. So you have to do what you can if you have the chance.
Okay. I want to give myself that chance. Jason, I want to have the procedure.
lose something?
My keys. I don't know where I put them.
When was the last time you seen them?
On the desk, because that's where I always put my keys, but they're not on the desk right now. And Spinelli's on a stakeout, and I forgot to bring him the battery to his camera because he really needs it because his camera might die and he doesn't have the... You found my keys. Thank you.
If you don't want to go see Dr. Lee about the procedure, it's okay. Just cancel the appointment. I'm just saying that if you're not ready, or you change your mind about the whole thing, I totally understand.
No, it's not that. Once I go to Dr. Lee and I have all the tests run, I might find out that I can't get pregnant. And I don't want to get my hopes up and be disappointed or disappoint you.
Well, no. No matter what happens, I love you. That's never gonna change.
I love you. It's really nice to hear that right now.
Just don't let fear get in your way. Don't make the same mistake that I did.
I'm really afraid it's not gonna work.
Do you want me to go with you to the appointment?
Are you serious? You would actually do that?
Family means
I didn't think you wanted to come to the appointment. That's why I didn't ask, but having you there would be great. I mean, this way Dr. Lee can answer all of our questions together. I mean, I've read that pamphlet probably a dozen times, and there's still so many things that I don't understand. I mean, that would probably be really helpful, don't you think?
Yeah.
Besides that room, it's really cold and scary. I could hold your hand while she does the exam. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'll do whatever you want.
You know what? Dr. Lee is really nice, and that room isn't that cold and scary, and I can do this exam on my own. I don't need you there with me. The thought that you asked to come is enough, and I thank you for that. I'm gonna be late, so I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Sam, hey. Hi, thank you for fitting me in.
Oh, not a problem. I was glad to hear you're considering the procedure.
Yeah, I just have a ton of questions, though.
I'd be concerned if you didn't. Why don't we go talk in my office?
Yeah, of course, thank you.
Reproductive reconstruction can be a very long process with no guarantees.
Okay.
That being said, many women with issues similar to yours have gone on to conceive and carry healthy babies. Once we run some tests, we can talk odds.
Look, just forget about putting a positive spin on things. If I happen to be a lousy candidate for the procedure, I want you to tell me, because there's no point in me getting caught up in endless cycles of hormone treatments and hoping for a baby that I'll never be able to have. I want you to be upfront with me and just tell me so Jason and I can deal with it and get on with our lives, you know?
Be the bearer of bad news, but that seems to be all there is regarding the Brandon Lowell murder investigation.
I thought you shut Ronnie down.
I did shut him down. I shut his line of questioning down. I got Abby out of the police station before Detective Domestico had a chance to do any real damage. But all the legal maneuvering in the world will not hide the fact that Abby has no alibi for the time of the murder. And neither does Michael. Neither do you.
The police
For that matter.
won't find any evidence connecting us to Brandon's murder.
I have no doubt about that. But they're still going to treat you as a suspect. And while that may be routine for you, Abby and Michael are far less well-versed in the art of keeping their mouth shut. So please, just tell me, clearly, concisely, What happened? Who, hypothetically speaking, killed Brandon Lowell?
It wasn't me.
That should make my job easier. But it doesn't. Tell me there is someone who saw you the night of the murder and can vouch for your whereabouts.
Diane, I didn't really feel like being around anybody. So I got on my bike and rode up to Loganville.
I'm sorry. I am. I don't mean to be insensitive. All right, let's talk about Michael. Is there any possibility that Michael, hypothetically, murdered Brandon Lowell?
Michael didn't do it. Okay, he's got no reason to lie to me.
Yes, but he might lie if he were protecting someone else. The woman he loves, for instance.
What if Jason...
All right, what do you know about Abby Haver?
Okay, look. Abby's been good for Michael. He's been carrying a lot of anger since he left Pentonville. He loses his temper a lot. He gets into a lot of fights, and Abby has actually helped him work through that.
Okay, how did they meet?
Sam introduced her to Michael.
Sam introduced your teenage nephew to a stripper.
Look, she's working at Vaughn's to put herself through school. Abby's had a tough life. She's just trying to make a better one for herself. That's all she's trying to do.
Yes, but you don't know anything about her, Jason.
Yeah, but I know that she helps Michael, and she's a good person.
Who has suffered for years at the hands of an abusive boyfriend. Now, Abby would not be the first woman to stand up, find the courage, and say no more to her attacker. So, it's possible that Michael and Abby are involved in this murder together, and now they are covering for each other. It's a worst-case scenario, Jason, but it's one we have to consider.
When you look at...
You need to tell me everything you know about Brandon Lowell's death.
I've already been through this.
I'm not here as a cop, Jason. Things are about to get real ugly for Michael.
What happened?
A bystander came forward with cell phone video footage of Michael in an alley off 3rd Street with what looks to be a gun pointed at Brandon. Okay, then you show up, pull his arm down, and then the video cuts out. I'm hoping what happens next is you take the gun off of Michael and tell him to get the hell out of
Okay,
there.
who has seen this video?
Okay, it's too late to call Spinelli. Okay, Ronnie's seen the footage. This investigation is moving forward. You need to tell me how Brandon died. If Michael did it, we're running out of time to help him.
What's wrong?
I had a consult with Dr. Lee.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, when I suggested you give Jason a baby, I really thought it was possible, Sam. I did. Oh, God, I feel awful. I do. I feel awful because I pushed you, and you had finally come to terms with never being able to have children, and now I opened up all those bad feelings again. I'm sorry.
Michael didn't kill Brandon.
Is that a confession? Jason, I can't protect my brother unless I know what really happened. All I have to go on right now is his word.
Okay, Michael's telling the truth.
Yeah, I want to believe that, but this evidence is pretty damning, okay? Michael is seen holding Brandon at gunpoint. This guy turns up dead 2 hours later with 2 bullets in his head. Okay, the DA won't have to lift a finger. Just the fact that Michael was seen with a gun in his hand is enough to revoke his parole. I need to know what happened after that video
I told
footage
Brandon
gets
to
out.
go, and I brought Michael back here. I tore into him for even pulling a gun on somebody.
If there's any chance Michael took off after to look for Brandon and found him outside Vaughn's and killed him.
Michael's not going to be convicted for Brandon's murder. He's not going back to prison.
I get that you want to take the fall for Michael, but it may already be too late.